Have you ever wondered if that special person is really interested in you? Or maybe you've been uncertain about the signs that someone is in love, but didn't know how to recognize them. Well, today you're in the right place. In today's video, I'll reveal 13 foolproof signs that someone is in love with you. And the best part? These are signs that often go unnoticed, but when you understand them, they make all the difference. So, stick with me until the end to find out if you're being noticed, and if someone has special feelings for you. Let's get started. When someone is interested in you, the attention they show can be one of the most obvious signs. Imagine you're at school, work, or a social event, and someone is constantly inviting you out, calling frequently, or sending texts to ask how your day was. This could be more than just a simple courtesy. It could indicate that the person genuinely likes you and wants to be a part of your life. And this goes beyond just a "hey, how are you?" It's the way they try to be around you, whether it's during casual chats or more significant moments. Attention is a strong indicator of romantic interest because it shows a desire to be connected with you and to be a part of your routine. If you've noticed that this person also asks your friends about you, how you're doing, if you're okay, or even what you enjoy doing, then it could be a good sign. This kind of behavior reveals a genuine curiosity about you, something that goes beyond casual friendship. This person wants to know how you're feeling, what you think, and even what you like to do, as if they're trying to understand who you really are. But it's important to consider the context. Excessive attention can have different meanings depending on the situation and the person. For some, being attentive is simply part of their personality, with no romantic intentions. However, if you notice a consistency in this behavior and the frequency of these actions, it's likely more than just friendship. And remember, attention in a relationship should be balanced. If it makes you feel good and valued, it could be a great sign. On the other hand, if it starts to feel excessive in a negative way, it might be worth reflecting on how it affects you. Body language is one of the most powerful ways to communicate feelings without words, and it can reveal a lot about what someone truly thinks or feels. When someone is interested in you, this interest often shows in the way they behave physically around you. So, how can you tell if body language is revealing something more than friendship? Pay attention to their posture, gestures, and how they position themselves in relation to you. For example, if you notice that this person is always positioning themselves in an open and relaxed way around you, with their shoulders facing toward you, it could be a sign that they feel comfortable and confident in your presence. A posture that indicates attention and interest also includes leaning slightly toward you when you talk, as if they want to get closer and connect. This shows they're paying attention and engaged in the conversation. Additionally, small gestures can make a big difference. If someone is frequently touching their hair, adjusting their clothing, or moving subtly when they're near you, these behaviors could be signs of nervousness or trying to make a good impression. This happens because in romantic situations, the body tends to react involuntarily to the presence of someone they like. These gestures may be unconscious, but they're still revealing. Another important aspect is personal space. A person who likes you may get a bit closer than usual, invading your personal space slightly. Of course, this should be observed carefully and respectfully. The goal is to see if their presence makes you feel comfortable or uneasy. Body language is an authentic reflection of emotions and can be a valuable clue when trying to understand someone's feelings. It's always good to pay attention to what's happening on a nonverbal level, but remember that it should be considered alongside other signs. For example, if a person shows open body language but acts indifferent when you approach them, it might be necessary to look at the overall behavior for a more accurate read. When you're talking to someone and notice that they're maintaining eye contact, smiling frequently, and seem more engaged, it could be a sign that they care about you and are interested. Eye contact is one of the most powerful ways to create an emotional connection. Studies have shown that couples in love maintain eye contact for about 75% of the time during a conversation. This is significant because it suggests that when someone likes you, they want to connect on a deep and genuine level, and eye contact is one of the most direct ways to do that. If you feel that the person is often seeking your eyes, even during casual conversations, it could be an indication that they're fully focused on you and want to show interest in what you're saying. Additionally, spontaneous and frequent smiles during the conversation can reinforce this idea. A genuine smile that involves the eyes, not just the lips, is typically a sign of happiness and comfort in your presence. Nonverbal communication goes beyond eye contact and smiles. Also, pay attention to how the person reacts to your touch, if there is any. They might respond subtly, like with a light touch on your arm, or lean in closer, as if they want to feel your presence. These gestures can indicate that the person is interested in creating a physical and emotional bond, something beyond a purely friendly interaction. On the other hand, if the person frequently avoids eye contact or seems uncomfortable making eye contact, it might not be a sign of disinterest, but rather nervousness or uncertainty. However, if combined with other signs of interest, like smiling and open posture, it could indicate that the person is trying to overcome their shyness or insecurity to interact with you. Nonverbal communication is the language of the heart, and paying attention to the details can help you understand someone's intentions more clearly. Remember that the best way to decode these cues is to observe the overall behavior and not just rely on a single gesture or expression. Sometimes, the simplest gestures can say the most about what someone feels for you. When someone shows concern for your well-being, it could indicate that there's more than just friendship at play. Imagine you just left a date or a long day, and even afterward, the person sends a message to ask if you got home safely. Or, on a day when you're feeling unwell or seem a bit down, that person makes sure to ask how you're doing or even offers help without you needing to ask. These caring gestures show that the person thinks about you and cares about your well-being, which goes beyond ordinary friendship. It could be something as simple as, "Are you okay?" or "Do you need help with this?" But the intention behind it is clear. The person wants to make sure you're okay and comfortable. Genuine concern in important moments, such as when you're sick or in need of support, is a sign of a deeper emotional connection. Another way to notice these gestures is if the person does small things to make your life easier. For example, bringing a coffee or a drink you like when they meet you, or remembering details you mentioned in past conversations, like something you wanted to do or an important appointment. These little touches show that they're paying attention to you and want to make you feel special and cared for. No matter how subtle they may seem, these gestures are signs that someone is emotionally investing in your relationship. They can be a way to show that they are reliable and that you are important to them. Of course, in some cases, caring may be natural and part of the person's personality, so it's crucial to observe whether this behavior is something they show to others or if it's exclusive to you. If it only happens when you're around, it's a good indication that they may have feelings beyond friendship. Caring is a way to express affection and attention, and it's a sign worth paying attention to in any relationship. It's a gesture that transcends words and builds a solid foundation of trust and respect. When someone shows genuine interest in you, one of the most noticeable signs is curiosity. This goes beyond small talk. It's a desire to get to know you on a deeper level. If a person asks many questions about your life, interests, past experiences, and even your opinions on important topics, they likely want to create a stronger, lasting connection. This kind of curiosity can be a way to find common ground, understand who you are, and more subtly, get closer to you emotionally. For example, imagine you share a story about a hobby or a trip you took, and the person immediately asks more questions, wanting to know every detail: how you felt, what you enjoyed most, how it impacted you. This attention to detail and the desire to learn more about your life is a clear sign that they are investing time and energy into understanding you better. Additionally, if they remember things you mentioned previously and bring them up in future conversations, it shows that they care enough to pay attention and retain that information. This curiosity can also show up more subtly. Maybe they want to know more about your friends, your family, or even your opinions on common interests. This shows that they're trying to piece together a more complete picture of who you are, which is a behavior typically seen when someone is interested in forming a deeper bond. On the other hand, it's important to keep in mind that not all curiosity is romantic. Some people are naturally curious and enjoy learning about others, regardless of any romantic intent. So, to be sure that this curiosity is a sign of interest, pay attention to the frequency and depth of their questions. If it happens often and with a special level of attention, it's a good indication that they may be interested in something more. In summary, when someone shows genuine curiosity about your life, it can be a way to get closer and show that you are important to them. If this curiosity is paired with other signs like open body language and gestures of care, it's a clear signal that they may have romantic feelings for you. Compliments can be a simple yet powerful way to show interest and appreciation for someone. If you notice that someone frequently compliments you, whether it's about your appearance, style, ideas, or even your sense of humor, it could indicate that they want you to feel good and are paying attention to your strengths. Sincere compliments show that they are noticing you and want to make you feel valued. For example, imagine someone saying, "I love how you always have such a unique perspective on things," or "You always know how to make people laugh." This goes beyond a simple "You're pretty" or "I like your clothes." It's a genuine recognition of who you are as a person. This kind of compliment shows that the person is interested in you on a deeper level and wants you to know that they're impressed. Affection can also show up more subtly in gestures of closeness, light touches on the arm, longer hugs, or even expressions of fondness during casual moments. These gestures, combined with compliments, reinforce the idea that the person likes being around you and wants to show it in a natural and comfortable way. It's important to note, however, that not every compliment is a sign of romantic interest. Some people are naturally complimentary and express appreciation in a friendly way without any hidden intentions. Therefore, to identify whether these compliments are truly romantic, it's essential to consider the context and how frequently they occur. If someone compliments you more than they do others or seems to find reasons to do so, it could be a sign that they have special feelings for you. If you're also interested in the person and notice they frequently compliment you, it might be a good time to start more open conversations about how you feel. Compliments and gestures of affection are ways to create an emotional connection, and the more you notice them, the clearer it may become if the person is interested in something beyond friendship. When someone has feelings for you, it often shows in behaviors that are out of the ordinary. If you notice that a person becomes nervous, stutters, makes strange jokes, or suddenly withdraws when you appear, it could be a sign that they're struggling to express their feelings. These behaviors can indicate that the person is feeling more than friendship, but doesn't know how to handle it or feels unsure about how you would react. Imagine you're at a meeting or social gathering and notice that when you get close, the person starts speaking quickly or repeating words in a disconnected way. This could happen because they're a little nervous or anxious in your presence. This type of reaction isn't uncommon when someone is interested, but still unsure if their feelings are reciprocated. Another example could be when the person starts making jokes that might seem a little out of place or off topic. This could be an attempt to break the ice or distract themselves from their own anxiety. They might even use humor excessively to divert attention from their feelings or to try to make you laugh and feel at ease with them. On the other hand, if you notice that the person becomes more shy, avoids looking into your eyes, or quickly withdraws when you show up, it could be a sign that they're worried about how you perceive them. This behavior is especially common in people who are more introverted or who don't have much confidence in expressing their feelings. They might be concerned about doing something wrong or not being well received. Unusual behavior could also show up as a general change in their way of acting. If you know someone who is usually very outgoing and suddenly becomes more reserved when you're around, it could be a clue that they're trying to process their own feelings toward you. These behaviors are subtle, but can be signs that there's more going on beneath the surface. If you notice this and are also interested in the person, it might be a good idea to take a step forward and start a more personal conversation to create a more comfortable and trusting environment. If you notice someone trying to get your attention in a group or behaving in a way that makes them stand out, it could be a subtle attempt to impress you. This behavior is a way to show that they want to be noticed by you and are interested in making a good impression. It's as if they want to become the center of attention when you're around, not for the sake of being the focus of the group, but so that you notice them and pay attention to them. For example, in a meeting or social event, someone might tell a joke or make a funny comment to highlight their qualities and get a positive reaction from you. They may try to appear more confident or take on a leadership role in a conversation to earn your respect and admiration. If you notice this behavior mostly when you're present, it's a strong indication that they might be trying to impress you. Another example is when someone dresses in a slightly different way or makes style choices that draw more attention. While this could simply be a matter of personal style, if you see these changes happening only when you're around, it could be a sign that they're trying to stand out for you. It's a way of saying, "Look at me," subtly without words. The desire to stand out can also show up in small interactions. Maybe in a group of friends, they always look for an opportunity to help you, share something interesting they know, or tell a story they think you'll enjoy. This behavior shows that they're trying to create a stronger bond and present themselves as someone you should value. It's important to consider the context and the reason behind this behavior. Sometimes a person might be naturally outgoing and enjoy being the center of attention, regardless of your presence. However, if this desire to stand out only happens when you're nearby, it could be a clear sign that they want your attention and approval, suggesting romantic interest. If someone is interested in you, one of the ways they might show it is by trying to create opportunities to spend time alone with you. This could be a subtle way to show that they value your company and want moments of privacy to connect more intimately. This pursuit of one-on-one time can happen in different ways, from suggesting activities for just the two of you, like grabbing coffee after work, to offering help with something you need support with, like a task or project. For example, imagine someone suggesting going to an event where just the two of you can talk without distractions, or offering to accompany you on a daily task like grocery shopping or an outdoor activity. These gestures could indicate that they want to create a space for you to get closer and have a more relaxed, personal conversation away from others. Another way to notice this is when they try to arrange for you to be alone together, even if it's casual. For instance, they might plan a lunch or outing where it's just the two of you, even if the original meeting was in a group. This type of initiative shows that they're willing to make an extra effort to get your attention and enjoy time together. The pursuit of one-on-one moments can be discreet, such as finding an excuse to be near you or asking questions that can only be answered more intimately. For example, if they ask about your weekend plans and suggest something involving just the two of you, it could be a sign of interest. However, it's essential to consider the person's personality. Some people just enjoy privacy and prefer more personal interactions, regardless of romantic feelings. But if this pursuit of alone time happens frequently and in special ways when you're around, it's an indication that they want to create a closer connection. This type of behavior is a way to build a bond and deepen their understanding of you, without the pressure of a group. If you also have feelings for this person, taking advantage of these moments can be a great opportunity to connect more authentically and see how they really feel about you. Sometimes, the most revealing signs of romantic interest aren't in grand declarations or dramatic gestures, but in the small details. These subtle signs might seem insignificant at first, but when observed together, they can clearly indicate that someone has feelings for you. It's as if they're leaving discreet clues that they care and are emotionally invested in the relationship. For example, you might notice that they smile frequently when they're near you, even without an apparent reason. That smile could reflect the joy of being in your company. Other subtle signs include how they react to your stories or jokes. If they make an effort to keep the conversation flowing and seem genuinely interested in what you have to say, even about topics they wouldn't usually find engaging. Another important detail is how they treat you compared to others. If they act more attentive, notice your feelings, or adjust their posture to align with yours, it could be a sign that they want to connect with you on a more personal level. Sometimes, these signs include lightly touching your arm or adjusting their hair or clothing when they're in your presence, which could be an attempt to appear more attractive to you. Body language is one of the main indicators of interest. Even if a person doesn't talk directly about their feelings, their actions can say a lot. If someone leans toward you while talking or keeps their feet and head pointed at you, it's a sign that they're engaged in the interaction. Additionally, if they make an effort to find a reason to be near you, like moving closer to help with something or joining in activities you're involved in, it could be a subtle way of showing interest. Subtle signs can also show up in how they react when you do something unexpected, like a funny comment or a surprise. If they laugh genuinely or seem excited by your ideas, it could mean they're emotionally invested in the relationship. Even their tone of voice might change when talking to someone they like. It may become softer, more engaging, showing that they're trying to create a special connection. Of course, because these signs are subtle, they can be easily overlooked. Therefore, it's important to observe them alongside other behaviors to get a clearer picture of the person's intentions. Sometimes, what seems like an insignificant gesture could be the missing piece to better understand the dynamic between you. While subtle signs of interest are helpful, the best way to understand someone's intentions is through clear and direct communication. Starting an open conversation about how you feel about the person can open the door to honest exchange. Actively listening and paying attention to their responses is key. If they respond openly, it's a good sign. If they seem evasive, they might not be ready to discuss feelings yet. Communication should be done with empathy, creating an environment of trust and making both of you feel comfortable sharing. Even if the conversation doesn't clear everything up right away, it helps create mutual understanding. If you notice signs of interest and you also feel something for the person, suggesting a date or one-on-one activity can help confirm if the interest is mutual. Pay attention to how they react. If they seem comfortable and interested, that's a good sign. If they seem tense or distant, it may indicate they're not ready for something more intimate. Accepting the invitation with enthusiasm is also a positive sign. Building a relationship takes time and should be done patiently, creating a solid foundation for a genuine connection. Small steps and moments alone help strengthen the bond and allow the friendship to evolve into something deeper. Observe how the person behaves in different situations and with other people. If their behavior changes when you're around, such as becoming more lively, smiling more, or acting more thoughtfully, it could indicate they have special feelings for you. Pay attention to how they interact in a group, and if they make an effort to get closer to you or include you in conversations. Consistency in these signs is important. If it happens frequently, it's a good indication of interest. Details like eye contact, smiling, and personal questions can also reveal that they have a special fondness for you. So, those were the main signs to look out for to know if someone has romantic interest in you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and content like this. And I'd love to hear from you. Comment below if you've noticed any of these signs in someone, or if you've given any of these signs to another person. I love reading and responding to your comments. See you next time.